Here's Heads and Threads. I am Chad, and today we are going to be talking about head shavers. All right. So, if you are coming on, welcome to the channel. It is Thursday, and it is March 20th. So we are kind of getting to the end of spring break here, but I am actually wanting to get on here and talk about head shavers with you guys. So. Uh, If you guys are in the chat today, let me know where you're tuning in from. As you can see right there in the chat, I'd like to know who I'm talking to today. If you are a head shaver, let me know in the comments. Let me know also, what is your favorite head shaver that you are using at the moment? Just curious, head shavers. You know, I'm not sure exactly who all is going to come on here, but I'm kind of wanting to really get, all of you guys that are bald out there that are into head shavers. Um, I'm wanting to chat with you guys today. Now, I'll talk about a lot of beard care stuff today, uh, but uh, but today I want to talk about head shaving. So we've got a couple of people in the chat so far. BJ, what's going on? I use Dollar Shave right now. I used to use Dollar Shave Club back in the day. Twitch, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. Um, so I'm just wanting to talk to you guys today about head shaving. I'm going to kind of just talk about, I want some dialogue. A lot of you guys may not use head shavers, but, I could have titled it for head shaving only, but I kind of titled it Head Shavers for Reasons. Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button if you would. Thanks, Twitch. Appreciate you, bro. So yeah, BJ says, I'm wanting to find a good head shaver that can take it to the skin and super smooth. I was leaning towards a full shaver. Yeah, so we'll discuss that here in just a few moments. What's going on, Kevin? It's always good seeing my members in here. Good to have you today. We're talking about head shavers today. So make sure you hit the like button, guys, and share. And so I want to talk about some head shavers. I'm going to kind of talk about some ones that I've tried that I don't like. I'm going to tell you guys some that I do like, and ones that I'm actually using right now. There's some new ones coming out. Obviously, Brio just released their brand new updated Brio. All right, guys, how's that sound now? Sorry, my battery died on my microphone. I don't really even need a microphone. I'm sitting in a car, but I just wanted to kind of get that clear sound. So if you are in here today and you use a head shaver, or if you're interested in a head shaver, let me know in the comments what you're using, or if you're interested. I'm going to look in the chat here. So hopefully you guys can hear me now better. I bought the Hummingbird MK13. It wasn't for me. I returned it. Okay. It's not going to be for everybody. So I will say this, if I recommend a head shaver, and it works good for me, it may not work good for everybody. Everybody's head is different. See, this is my head, obviously, and everybody has different hair types, and so there's a lot of people that will say that they love the MK13. Some people will say they don't like it. Some people will say they like the Freebird Flex Series. Some people will hate it. It just depends on what you're looking for. So hey, BJ, you must have a really good looking head. I know, but seriously, you probably do have a really good looking head, by the way. But yeah. So Kevin, we talk a lot about stuff behind the scenes in the membership, and so today I'm gonna kind of make it more exclusive instead of inclusive. And so yeah, so here's some head shavers that I've tried, and you guys can ask me any questions you want. I'm going to tell you just the straight up truth, what I think. So Freebird Flex Series 1 and the second version, I've tried both of them and I own both of them. MK3 from Humminbird, MK13, which is going to be your 6 blades and your 7 blade. Let's see here. I've got the Grooming Baldy Pro. I had the first version when it came to the blade cartridge system, which I hated it. I've got the new updated 2.0 that's been out kind of pretty much last year. Let's see here. What else do I have? I've got the Kinson 6D, which is a Chinese brand. Let's see here. I just got the Fred, which is a foil shaver. Not too long ago, did a live stream on that one. I'm trying to think what else I've got. I've got so many of them. I got the Remington Boulder Pro. Obviously, I have almost every school shaver except for I don't have the diamond one. I just didn't want to pay, you know, $300-400 for that. I was just looking to get the Fred. So the Fred is a foil shaver, obviously. It's an expensive one. But here's the deal. You have to have your head shaved practically every single day. You practically can't go past one day on a head shave with a foil shaver. And that's kind of the downfall of those. You know, if you have the time to shave your head every single day and you're okay with that, that'll work. Me, you know, I go every other day, every 2 days, but it just, the Fred didn't work out too well for me, okay? Not that it's really necessarily a bad, you know, head shaver. I'm sure it probably works for some people, but for me up front, when I first got it, I just straight up, you know, I didn't like it. And a lot of these head shavers, especially new companies popping up all the time, like Fred, it's pretty much like a rather new company. You know, they innovate something and then they try to get feedback to make something better the next time. So it's kind of like in its infant stages. So if you're looking for something that's going to have all the stuff that you want, it's probably not going to be all in the Fred, the first version. They're probably going to turn around and, you know, end up having, you know, stuff that's going to be added, you know, that type of stuff. So, but yeah, that's going to be one of those deals that you have to really, you know, consider, you know, when you're looking at head shavers. Obviously, there's nothing that's ever going to be as close as a shave as a traditional razor. And a lot of people fail to understand that. They go, well, you know, the best way, you know, is a traditional razor. That's exactly right. I mean, we're not arguing about that. That's exactly right. You're right. But the reason why we have head shavers when it comes to like the electric head shavers is to save time, is to reduce the nicks and the bumps and, you know, all the things that come along with using a razor. You know, you got to change out the cartridges. Yeah, I did have Dollar Shave Club and I tried out Harry's before. But, you know, that stuff over time gets kind of costly. And I know it's cheaper than your normal cartridges that you would go buy like Gillette or something like that. But it still becomes costly, but it's also a time consumer when you're using that. You know, and some people will argue and say, you know what, I straight up want to have that smooth baby butt type of smooth shave. And if that's what you're looking for, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, go that route if that's what you want. It's just going to take more time. And that's kind of like, you know, the trade-off. So BJ, shoot me an email, chadbonyreviews@gmail.com, and we can talk about some stuff. So foil shavers looks like a good finisher, maybe not 3 days of growth. Yeah, the longer your hair grows, like if it's over 1/4 of an inch, you know, you're going to have to need to use some trimmers to trim it down. In my opinion, I have actually used head shavers on my hair when it was longer than 1/4 inch and it pulled the crap out of my hair and it hurt. And you're going to feel that pain. Okay. So I highly recommend if you have, let's say that you have hair, you know, and you're thinking about going like completely shaved bald, right? Use trimmers first, get it down to like a buzz and then head shave it, you know, so try to get it down to, you know, at least 1/4 inch, if not shorter, and then use a head shaver. Okay. Which is better, Max Groom 2.0 or the Humminbird MK3 in your opinion? You know, I love the MK13. In fact, I talk and I help Freebird, or not Freebird, but I help Humminbird out with their YouTube channel because, I'm into YouTube, like I know algorithms and stuff. So I'm helping Hummingbird with their YouTube channel. By the way, little plug, if you have not followed the Hummingbird YouTube channel, go over to the Hummingbird channel. It's Humbird, all one word, Humbird, USA, and give it a subscribe, because I do a lot of videos and content over there for them. But to be completely honest, because that's what I do, I'm authentic, honest stuff. The first initial look at the Max Groom, I think that I like it better. And the reason why I like the MK13, but the reason why I like the Max Groom 2.0 is because it's got all the things I talk about all the time. It's got the magnetic head. It's got the option to be able to pull the, you know, foils out and actually clean each single one. Now, there's a lot of people, like, you know, Brio would rather you not pull out your blades, because it's a, you know, it's like a liability if somebody pulls one out and cuts their fingers. You know, I understand that. And it's sad that you got to be cautious about that people are going to pull a blade out and cut their finger and then, you know, get upset about it. But I think that it's cool to have that option to be able to pull the single coils out, or foils, I said coils, but to pull the actual foils out and clean each one after a while, because sometimes you can get little hairs that you just can't seem to get out. But that has the option. It's got the USB-C. It's got the 2 different RPM, you know, powers, just kind of like the Brio. I think it's 70,000 or 77,000. Sorry, 7,700. I said 77,000 the other day, and somebody corrected me. 7,700 is the highest. But then again, you know, the Grooming Baldy Pro, I believe it goes up to 10,000 RPM. So when you kind of look at a head shaver, you got to look at, okay, do you have real coarse hair? Because if you have real coarse hair, you probably want to have something that's going to kind of have more of an RPM motor that's going to really just get after it when it comes to shaving your head. You know, I have a lot of problems with shavers shaving right above my sideburns, or yeah, my sideburns right here, right above them, because of all that thick, more coarse hair on the side. And it seems like they kind of struggle. And so the higher the RPMs, the better. But that Max Groom did a great job. Hummingbird MK3 or 13 does a good job, for me at least. The new Brio Rays, just like the Grooming Baldy Pro. I think the reason why I like the Grooming Baldy Pro so much is because I always talked about the Brio Rays, how it was like my top favorite. In fact, I've done several videos comparing the Brio Rays, and it always won. But I think the reason why I love the Grooming Baldy Pro so much is because when the Brio Rays kind of, you know, started going down, as far as, you know, on mine, the power button fell off, and just kind of like the hardware, the quality over time, you know, started getting bad. And so, but that was the first generation from Brio. Brio is not necessarily a beard like trimming company, but that's kind of how they started, and they're kind of moving into the head shaving you know, world. And so, you know, it's all about innovation. And so they came out with the Brio Rays, and they did a good job for the first generation. Did a good job. Now they took all the problems and they reinvented it and kind of innovated it, and came out with the Brio 2.0 that just released 2 days ago. I've done a couple of videos on that on my channel. Really like it. I mean, for the price you get a travel case and a rinse stand as well. It's got a built-in cleaner. Really, really cool. And the cool thing about Brio is they're looking at maybe possibly making another head shaver that's going to be a little bit different. There's some cool innovation patent type stuff they're working on that's really like way ahead of everybody else. So you want to check that out and make sure you stay tuned. And again, Brio, 2-year warranty. You know, they take care of their stuff. They always, you know, if you ever have any problems, Brio has always been really good with customer service. But the reason why, going back, because I'm chasing rabbits here, make sure you guys hit the like button. We got 8 people in here, 3 likes. Come on. So the reason I think why I like the Grooming Baldy Pro is because the head design is almost identical to the Brio Rays, and the way the Brio Rays cut on my head, I got that same type of cut from the Grooming Baldy Pro. Now, a lot of people say, well, I just didn't like the Grooming Baldy Pro. It was felt kind of cheap. Some of them are plastic and they do kind of feel cheap. But how do they work? How do they hold up? Mine, I've had mine for the last year and a half. The only thing I've done is changed out the new cartridge to the 2.0 and the Grooming Baldy Pro. And it's worked fine for me, you know, and people can go on Amazon and see reviews and say, well, there, you know, it says it's a highly returned, but you know, as I heard from somebody the other day, they can have a big massive pallet there at Amazon and accidentally hit it and mess some things up, or anything can happen that could cause problems when it comes to receiving something from Amazon. I mean, we're talking about Amazon. It has products all over in warehouses. Anything can happen. There's a lot of anomalies that can happen, but for the most part, my wife's got a Grooming Baldy Pro. I have one. My girls, my 2 daughters have, and we've never had issues. So that's 4 people that have had Baldy Pros and never had an issue with them. But now that Brio Rays came out, the 2.0, I think I'm going to start using that more often than anything, because I love the fact how it cleans. It's got the cleaning system. It's got the USB-C, which I love. Grooming Baldy Pro has the, you know, the traditional charger that is just made for that head shaver. So I like the idea that it's got a universal charging port. So I'm going to go to the chat here. Let's see here. So my question that was asked, Max Groom 2.0 or Humminbird MK3, between the two, I would pick the Max Groom 2.0 just because of the features. Again, they're both solid options. It's just, you know, going to come down to which one's better. I think Max Groom 2.0, I think Max Groom is a Chinese brand. I could be wrong, but I think they are. Hummingbird's an American brand. So then it comes down to, do you want something that's, you know, both of these aren't going to be made in America, by the way. Humminbird is a U.S. brand, but most things are designed in the U.S., but they are manufactured in China or somewhere outside of the U.S. So keep that in mind, guys. I think someone said the other day, I'd rather have this one because it's made in the U.S. There's a difference between being designed in the U.S. and being made in the U.S. How long you have the beard for? Okay, I've been growing this beard out for about 2 years, 2.5 years. I do a lot of videos on my channel about beard care, how to grow a beard, and the beard products that I use, beard trimming tutorials, all this stuff. So, I mean, this channel is all men's grooming. We talk about clothes, we talk about beard care, we talk about head shaving, fragrances, that stuff. That's just what men love, right? Look good, feel good, and smell good. Or smell good, look good, feel good. Let's see. When I had a face stubble to take care of, razors were out of the question. Okay. Once took the hood off a nose hair accessory, dangerous. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Can you make a video on cleaning the blades on the kind blades on removing the blades? I don't know how to do that. I'm new to. Okay. So with that being said, hey, Kevin, we'll see you, buddy. Good having you, man. You have a good day too. So is it Lewis? I would say it depends on which head shaver, because there are some head shavers that will not let you pull the blades out. Okay, some of them, they have a little twist type of what do you call it, mechanism, where you might twist them out, and I highly recommend that you don't do that, because if they're like that, you don't want to take them out, because if you take them out, they're going to be almost impossible to put back in there and have them the way they were when you first got it. So I highly recommend that you don't do it. BJ, got to get ready. Have a good one. Thank you for your answers. Emailed you. Okay, awesome, man. I will check that and get back with you shortly. Good having you today, BJ. Thanks for stopping by, man, as always. So there are only 2 as of right now head shavers that I know you can pull each foil blade out. Okay, and thanks, man, appreciate you, BJ. And that's going to be the skull shavers. You can do that with the skull shavers. You just kind of, and I can do a tutorial on skull shavers, how to clean them out, but also on the Max Groom 2.0. Those are the only 2 at this moment that I know that are okay and are able to take them out and put them back in without any issues. Okay, so those are the only two. If you have another head shaver other than that, for the most part, all the head shavers that I know of, you're not going to be able to find those. Okay, you're not going to be able to pull those out, all right, without having some problems. So taking more questions if you guys have any here. Let me see what other head shavers I've tried. I've tried the Micro Touch Titanium, which was an epic just disaster. Was a cool design at the time, but you know, there's been a lot of things that's come out since then. Um, let's see here. I know there's other ones. I said the Balder Pro. I did try the Bald Express by the Bald Brothers. Again, that's going to be something that's a little bit better than the Balder Pro, but I just really didn't care for it too much, in my opinion. What's up, True North? Good to see you. So that was another one. Let's see here. I've got, man, there's so many out there that I've tried some from Kinson. I already said Kinson 6D, but there's another Kinson that I tried. It was like all silver plastic. Just, I didn't really like it at all. Didn't care for it. In fact, I ended up just giving that away to somebody because I mean, not that I gave it away because I didn't like it, but somebody had wanted it and I just gave it to them. But man, it was just not a very good one. So there's a lot of head shavers out there in the market, guys. And here's the deal: what you got to look at in the ultimate long run. Most head shavers are manufactured overseas. Okay, so you're gonna find other ones that are a lot of times on Alibaba that are the identical same ones as the ones that you're buying with the name brand. Okay, there are some though that do put some extra innovation in there, and you're not going to be able to find on Alibaba. You know, the Brio Race 2.0, they've got some stuff, patents that nobody else has, that it's going to be something special. You know, and a lot of things like, for instance, the Grooming Baldy Pro. You can find some like that, but it's not going to be just like it because they kind of put their own stuff into it. Obviously, the MK13 is something different and special. I like the idea that they are, you know, American-made brand. I mean, when I say American-made, I mean they designed it, they didn't make it. But here's the thing. There's a lot of things with Humminbird coming out down the pipe that's just going to be kind of more open, not just trimmers, but all things men's grooming. So that's kind of one of the things that's pretty interesting. Looking ahead with that company, Humminbird is going to be stuff there's going to have some stuff that they're going to have that are going to be manufactured here in the US. And so, you know, it's going to be beard care type stuff. So you guys want to take a look at that and make sure you're watching Humminbird, because Humminbird is not just a trimmer company. It's a company starting out. They're going to keep re-innovating, and they're going to keep getting better and better, and they're going to start putting out some stuff for beards too. So, I mean, I thought that was kind of interesting to see, and to kind of see how they start out and how they move, and to be able to work with them and kind of give them some information and some you know, just working with them a little bit to kind of push them in the right direction where they need to go, has been really, really cool for me. So, but yeah, that's, that my top one that I'm using right now is the Brio Race 2.0. It's a newer one. So a lot of people say, well, you know, the new will wear out. Well, I talked a lot about the first Brio Race because I thought it was fantastic. This new one, they haven't changed the head on it. It's the same, at least for now. There's some stuff coming down the pipe that's going to be revolutionary when it comes to that head. But for now, the head is like the same. It does have a coating on it, which is nice compared to the Grooming Baldy Pro, but they're practically the same blades. They're going to be the same type. It does not magnetize though like the Baldy Pro, but it does have its own features like the self-cleaning button. It's going to have a rinse stand where you can put it in there and you can have it just clean itself, because a lot of us, you know, when we clean our head shavers, we've got to take them apart and use a little brush, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's just kind of, you know, eliminating an extra step, if you will, when it comes to cleaning a head shaver. So having that rinse stand to be able to turn it on kind of reminds me a little bit of the Skull Shaver, how they have their own rinse stand that you can buy, but you have to turn it on. And basically the only difference is, and it's actually a pretty big difference, the way the skull shaver works is you'd put it in the little rinse stand and kind of put it in a little slot and let it sit there in the water. You fill the water to the top, turn it on, and it just runs, right? And it cleans itself, you know, it just goes through the normal run, like it's actually using it's almost like you're using it, you're turning it on to shave your head, but you're not. You're just setting it in the water and letting it run. The difference is the Brio 2.0, it actually has a different button that actually is made for cleaning it. It'll go through different vibrations, different things to go back and forth to really clean those blades. And I thought that was really cool, how they had that. And you just sit there until it beeps and it tells you it's done, pull it out. You can sit it on top of the tray. There's a little grated tray on top. You can sit on top and let it just kind of air out, which is really, really cool. Really nice. So Brio is really doing a great job innovating. And if you have not gotten a Brio Beardscape, guys, if you are a bearded guy, I know this is about head shaving, and even if you are not a bearded guy and you're looking for a trimmer that's going to do it all, you're looking for a trimmer that's going to trim your head, like really buzz it down, you're looking for something that's going to shave your face, even if you're not a bearded guy and you want that really close shave, they've got it's called a Brio Beardscape. It's an actual trimmer, but they've got 3 different blades that you can actually use for that trimmer. So you don't have to go buy another trimmer for, you know, say you want to groom and trim your body hair, you know, you want to trim like downstairs or your chest or your back or whatever, you know, they've got a blade for that, a body blade. They've got a 0 blade that you can put on there and just change it out real easy. If you want to line your, you know, cheek lines up, or if you want to get that real close trim, almost like a shave, that 0 blade's going to do a great job. They've got a body blade. They've got the ceramic blade that's going to work great for your actual trimming your beard. So did you demo the Brio version 2 self-cleaner? I made a video on that, but I have not posted it yet. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy. In fact, I may end up just maybe doing a live video showing it to you guys how to clean the Brio version 2 when it comes to that race. So very easy concept, but I can understand how some people would maybe not understand how to do it when they get it out of the box. Again, it comes with that cool case, which I thought that was good because a lot of these companies will charge you extra. You know, I think that the skull shaver is a good option, but it's just really pricey. You know, it's when you start getting up there to like the you know, you got the Pitbull Gold, which is probably the standard. You know, it's going to have everything you want. It's not going to be like the best on the aesthetics, but it's everything you want. And it's a solid head shaver. And then you move up to the Platinum, which looks really nice. You're basically paying just for the aesthetics. You're paying for some of the accessories. You know, it's going to be like all platinum looking color. It is still plastic, but it's got the LED that kind of goes through the actual plastic, which really looks cool. They give you a hideous looking blue travel bag, you know, instead of just being like a black cool one. They went blue, which blue is nice, but it just looks weird. And then they also gave you the rinse stand, but you're going to pay like $200 for that thing, if I'm correct, if it's still the same price. And then if you want to go for the diamond, you're going to get like its own like travel case and all these other things with it. But you're paying like hundreds of dollars for these head shavers, right? And so, you know, it comes down to, what are you looking for? Are you wanting something that's going to have a lot of battery? Because if you want something that's going to have a lot of battery, you might want to look for something that's going to have less like blades on it, because the more blades you have, the less battery life you're going to have. And that's a fact, because each one, you're going to obviously have to use the power, the RPMs for each one to drive them, which is going to be a hit on the battery. So I go back to like the MK3 and MK13 from Humminbird. Which one do you choose? You pick the MK3 or MK13? Well, MK3's got a longer battery life. It's more, I would say, better, most suited for traveling, people that travel on the go, because it'll have more of a battery life. You're going to have something that you're going to want to use at home all the time, where you can charge it. MK13, it's got an extra blade. It's got more of a pro superior head on it as far as the blade. It actually I want to say it doesn't maybe it does. Concaves or convexes, whichever way, opposite of the MK3. So it's just a little bit different. And I really think that the MK13 is really, really nice. The way it kind of conforms to my, or forms to my head. And, you know, I think the battery life's not real bad. I mean, it's about average, but I mean, again, you know, you get all the cool stuff with it. So one of the worst head shavers ever. And a lot of people will say, man, I like that, or something, you know, to that degree, but you can get this at Walmart and I really don't care for it. And that's the Boulder Pro. So if you see a Remington Boulder Pro, 50 to 60 bucks, you know, just do yourself a favor and do not get it. Just don't buy it. It's just, to me, it's not very good at all. Microtouch titanium, if you see that, don't buy it. It's not very good at all. I'm telling you, you guys see them on TV, possibly, you know, like As Seen on TV, those type of commercials. See them at Walmart and those little areas where they have As Seen on TV. They're just not very good. The battery life suck in them. They're not very good at all, and I'm just telling you that right now. And I originally, when I first checked it out, I thought, man, this is pretty nice. You know, it's got the USB-C. They were kind of on the front side of that, but the battery life just wasn't very good. It only had 4 blades. And I believe they were like, what do you call it? I can't think what it is. I can't think what it is, but the blades were like, you know, they're supposed to help you guys with, you know, people that have sensitive skin and things like that. So they were okay blades, but they only had 4 and the design was just not very good. And so, but yeah, I'd stay away from that one, just my opinion. Okay. Trying to think what else one. Again, that Boulder, or the Bolt Express, came with a nice travel case and all that, but it just didn't shave that well. Some of these head shavers are about the same. You know, they just have a different look to them, different name branding and stuff. So when you find a good head shaver that actually is worth something to check out, you know, that's when you really want to share it and let people know. So let me know, guys, what head shavers have worked for you. Which ones do you guys like? Do you guys have any right now that you're using that you actually like? Or do you guys have some that you just have and you just hate them? Let us know. So also, there are a lot of people that have like bumps on their heads, like, you know, moles sometimes, and little, I don't know what you'd call them. I mean, just bumps. I mean, I know I have a little bitty bump right here. And a lot of times when you use like a razor, you got to be careful when you go over those, because you're worried that, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I've actually cut my little bump here a few times when I was kind of in a hurry. And it's one thing about the head shaver, it's really nice. You don't have to worry about going over a bump and really messing your head up. Okay. So, but yeah, that's what I would stick to. And so, you know, I would stick to, definitely, I would not pay over, I mean, $100 for a school shaver. Most people don't want to spend that, you know. I wouldn't spend over $100 on a head shaver. I wouldn't. I mean, if I had the money, I'd maybe buy a Bronze Pro 9 or Series 9 Pro, but you know, most people aren't going to have $300-400 to get one of those, even though people swear that they work amazing with foils. You know, another one would be the Babyliss Pro UV, I think 2 foil. I've heard that one's pretty good too. That one's not too bad on the price, but never tried it. Perhaps maybe one of these days I'll try it on this channel and do a tutorial and let you guys know what I think about it. But I will say this: if you are a head shaver and you like to use head shavers, you want to definitely also look into using something for your skincare. You know, a lot of people, they just want to cut their hair, they want to shave their head, and they want to just, you know, shave it as fast as they can to be done with it, you know. And you know, when you're putting all that friction on your head, you don't have anything on your head, it can cause irritation, cause bumps, cause all kinds of stuff, rashes sometimes. And so I always say, yes, you can certainly shave your head dry. You can shave your hair in the car, you can shave your head, you know, in your living room, on vacation, while you're traveling, whatever. You can shave your head anywhere, right? But I highly recommend, and when I normally shave my head, I always use like skincare. I'll use like a pre-shave oil, and that's a big thing. I'm telling you guys all, you need a pre-shave oil. If you're curious where to get a good pre-shave oil, I can send you some, send you in some directions that have great pre-shave, natural pre-shave oils. I highly recommend that you get an exfoliation scrub where you exfoliate your head before you do all this to get that dead skin off, because you know we get a lot of dirt and oils and stuff on our head during the day, stuff that you can't even really see. It's like micro scopic on your head, and so basically you're just shaving your head and kind of pushing that into your head. You want to exfoliate that top skin off of your head that's dead, and then start with the fresh layer, if that makes sense, of skin. Put that pre-shave oil on, kind of heat up your head as well. And what you could do is you could heat up your head with like maybe a hot towel, or perhaps maybe you get in the shower, you can get it wet, you know, and then you can start shaving your head. But I highly recommend that you use a shaving gel. Shaving cream, some people use. I don't like using shaving cream. You can't see through shaving cream. It's too foamy. A lot of times it'll bog up your head shaver because it's just so thick of a texture. So I highly recommend that you get like a nice shaving gel that's clear. There's green ones, blue, blue ones. There's just clear, just there's no color to it. But I'm saying that you need to get something that's going to be kind of like a thin viscosity, as thin as you can. And obviously foam, shaving cream is going to be real foamy. So I highly recommend using that. Get the whole thing shaved, and then use a moisturizer for your head. And I'm not talking about a moisturizer you're going to go find at the store, like a CeraVe moisturizer. Now there may be some out there that I don't know of, but I'm talking about like some that are designed for your head, something that's going to be really good, like small batch, something that's going to be thought of, the right products in there. So I've ran across a few of them that I really like. Tonics that you spray, actual moisturizer creams, and lotions that you can put on your head, and it actually makes a dang big difference, especially back here when you have some irritation sometimes after you shave. And it'll take that away. It'll actually help you guys to feel good after you shave your head. A lot of times when you shave your head, you get that irritation in the back, and it kind of hurts and burns a little bit. And there's reasons why that happens, and we try to keep from having that done. So if you find a good content here, make sure you guys hit the like button as you're coming in. So that would be my advice when it comes to shaving your head with skincare. Now, there are other things that I'd like to share with you guys when it comes to shaving your head. And this is basically just a live where I'm just kind of going over different things when it comes to head shaving, okay? To help you guys out, make educated decisions when it comes to shaving your head, what to use, when to do it, what to use with it, that type of stuff. So, and pricing and my recommendations. So I will say this, a lot of people want to know, should I shave my head? When is a good time to shave my head? It's a very sensitive subject when it comes to shaving your head off, or your hair off, because nobody wants to lose their hair originally. You've had your hair all your life. You see people with hair all the time. But let me say this, there is nothing wrong with shaving your head. In fact, it's a nice look, guys. It is a great look. In fact, let me give you an example. When you look at The Rock, do you ever wonder why he doesn't have hair? Do you ever even care that he has hair or not? When you look at The Rock, you see he's got a bald head, right? And that's just kind of his look. He embraces it, and he looks good with the bald head. Does he not? I mean, could you imagine him with hair? You think of other people that have a bald head, and you think, you know what? That guy's got a good looking head. I mean, I think of like Bruce, the actor Bruce Willis. He used to have hair, but he's got a bald head now. You look at him, you go, man, he looks good with a bald head. Guys, I'm telling you, the bald and bearded look or the bald and shaved look, it doesn't matter what you want. And I mean, The Rock obviously doesn't have a beard, but the bald look looks good. Okay. A lot of guys are just nervous. They're like, man, I don't want to shave my head or shave my hair. I keep saying shave my head. I don't want to shave my head off. I want to shave my hair off. But you got to embrace it. And there's questions that you want to ask yourself. When is it time to actually shave my hair? When is the right time to shave my hair? Well, when you start to have these questions, like, should I shave my head? Should I shave my hair? You know, if you have those questions, then it's probably time to shave your hair off, right? And go bald. Just go completely all in. I like to kid around with people and say, I'm not naturally bald, I'm intentionally bald. I don't have that horseshoe around my head. I don't have that cul-de-sac, if you will, around my head. I have a shaved head, and I shaved my head, and people like the shaved head. They really do. And I've been using the Pitbull Gold. Pitbull Gold is great. It's a good option. Yep. And welcome to the stream today, Philip. Appreciate you commenting. But yeah, that's what I would embrace. Embrace the idea that if you're losing your hair, then just own it. Just be the best version of you. And the way you do it is, if you're losing your hair, just shave it off. And you can use a razor, but you can also use a head shaver. And we use head shavers because it saves us time. It keeps us from nicking and cutting our head all the time. And it's nice. It's very convenient. And that's basically what it comes down to, is convenience when it comes to head shavers. Why do we do it? Because it's convenient. We're always looking for stuff that's going to save us time, because time is of the essence. Time is money. I mean, time, you can't ever buy time back. Once time's gone, it's gone. So we put our money into things that save us time, because over time the return on investment is worth it. So Philip says he lost his hair in his 20s. Hey Randy, what's up, buddy? We're just talking about head shavers today. Another member of mine. Good to have you today on the show, buddy. Always joining in. So I'm curious, guys. Let me know in the comments. Philip, that's a great idea. Let me know in the comments, when did you guys start losing your hair? Was it in your 20s like Philip? Me, it was in my 20s too. I started losing my hair. In fact, I started getting really thin on top. And I've always kind of had, in my 20s, kind of thin hair. But my hair's so light too. Like, it's like a dirty blonde, if you will. So when it's so thin, it looks even balder, right? And so I'm kind of glad actually that I have this color of hair, because if I had black hair, it would show more when I shave my head. I noticed that, like with my brother. He's got darker hair than me. When he shaves his head, you can see the black hair after he shaves it in his head. My hair's so blonde, like light colored, you can't see it, right? Mid-20s, Randy started losing his in the mid-20s. So most people, it seems like it's in their 20s when they start losing their hair. Some of them get lucky and they might make it in their mid-30s. Some of them, 40s, but it seems like it's more in the 20s and 30s. You got all that testosterone kicking in, and it converts that DHT, which, brings more beard, facial hair, and less hair on top. A lot of people go, man, I don't understand. How can you have all of this and none of this? And I just said, it's because I used to headbang back in the day really hard, and the hair started just kind of falling down, right? But I say that kind of jokingly, but seriously, I'm rolling the windows down here. It feels good outside. But the thing of it is that if you're going bald, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame to it. And I just want to encourage you guys today, just embrace it. Be the best version of you. I mean, if you got a lot of hair, rock it. If you don't have a lot of hair, shave it. And if you can grow a beard, grow a beard. I'm telling you, I've a lot of people, will say, it's just not for me, not for me. Oh, I don't grow a beard because I don't like the way it kind of curves out like this, or it itches really bad when I grow a beard. There's several reasons why we always recommend that you guys use beard products, because they make a difference. They will actually help tame your hair, but they also help with that itch. So if you're curious about beard care and how to grow a beard and make it where it's a lot easier to grow a beard, and you'll get those compliments from people that just envy your beard and wish that they had a beard. I had so many people come at me and say, man, if I had a beard like yours, or man, I want to know, how do you grow a beard like that, or this. They can grow a beard. They can, right? It just, there's a way to do everything, in life. You just have to learn how to do it. And if you want to invest the time to do something and learn how to do it, you can become very good at it. It's just kind of a craft of learning the ins and outs of beard care, learning the ins and outs of head care, skin care, you know, shaving. Like I said, going back to that again, shaving your head with a head shaver, or even a razor is not enough, guys. I mean, yes, it's going to get that hair off, but man, if you really want to take care of that head, you've got to look into skincare. And skincare is becoming more of a bigger thing now in men's grooming, because it works. It works for men. And it's not just for women, but it's for men too. If you want to take care of your looks, you want to take care of your skin, you want to make sure that you're not going to get real wrinkly skin too early, you know, prematurely. You want your skin to be nice looking. Guys, there are reasons why they have skincare for men, all right? Why does my beard not grow around my mouth, but grows on the cheeks and neck? Okay, you know, and that's the thing, you know, there's a lot of guys that have patchy spots, and that's fine because, well, first of all, let me ask GTA, is it Greifer? How old are you? I'm just curious. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Philip has accepted it a long time ago. Nice, man. You know, when you can accept the fact of who you are and embrace who you are, man, the sky's the limit with what you can do. You don't have to worry. Okay, so you're 16, so that explains a lot. Most men will not grow a full beard. That's, you know, if you got the follicles, most men will have their full, like, they'll hit their peak around age 40. Okay, so you got a long ways to go, bro. You got another 24 years to go until you really start noticing a difference. But things that you can do in the meantime is you take care of your beard, and a lot of guys have a lot of patchy spots too. And the best way to fix that is just let your hair grow. The longer your beard grows, it'll cover patchy spots. Obviously, if there's patchy spots, I mean, I got some stuff up here in my cheek lines right here that, like, I could say right there, you know, it's not really growing in real good, but I mean, it is what it is. I just rock what I have, and just let it go, and take care of it, and put the Bright Beard products in there, and really just pamper my beard and make it feel good, and it'll take care of you. I've heard people joke around, say, if you take care of your beard, it will take care of you. And it's definitely taking care of me in the cold weathers. Does minoxidil help? Okay, so there's no scientific proof that minoxidil works on your face. There has been studies that prove that it does work on your head, but there are some people that say it does work on your face, on your beard. Okay, so I took shaving it, make it grow faster and thicker. That's not true. That's an old wives' tale. If that's the case, we could shave our head over and over and over, and our hair would grow back. It's not true. You know, and I go back around with my wife on this. She's like telling the girls, you know, if you shave your legs, you know, before you're old enough, you know, you're going to make your hair grow back faster. And that's so not true. We go back and forth on a debate on that. Okay. Shaving never seems to help. That's right. It's not going to help you grow a thicker beard at all. Let's say here, do dermal rollers work? Okay, so I was going to tell you, before I get to the microdermal rollers, I want to tell you about the whole minoxidil deal. I used to take oral minoxidil for my head. I did like a research review, whatever you want to call it, back on my channel about 2 years ago. Try to grow my hair out. I mean, I was letting it all grow. I was microneedling it, but I was also taking oral minoxidil. And the reason why is because I found a study on YouTube, big news station with several companies were talking about how, and dermatologists were talking about how using oral minoxidil has shown some good studies that it actually helps hair growth. And the reason why is because they say that is because back in the, I think it's the 80s, maybe when it first came out, oral minoxidil was actually a medicine, and it was basically prescribed to people with high blood pressure. It's supposed to help their blood pressure come down. And so, but they were noticing there was people growing their hair back as a side effect. So I ended up asking my doctor if I can get some. I don't have high blood pressure. He said, well, we can try it out, because I told him I was trying to see if I could grow my hair back, and I've heard the studies. So he monitored me, and there's a lot of times where I get like real lightheaded and dizzy, you know, standing up and kind of bending down real fast in the yard or whatever. But I don't know if it worked or not. I really don't know. I was microneedling. I will say that I don't think it really worked on my head. but I felt like my beard was thicker. And I know, because I was also microneedling my beard as well. Obviously right in here I tried to, and I haven't, I mean, I get a little bit of hair there, but I'm just embracing the fact that it's not like completely full yet there, but I'm still trusting that the process of just waiting, it may. But I will say that it may have worked, it may not have worked. I don't know. But there's no proven studies showing that oral minoxidil works. Okay, I mean, sorry, topical minoxidil works. Oral minoxidil, no proven studies showing that it actually helps with beard care. But again, it seemed like my beard tended to get a little thicker when I was taking the oral minoxidil. I stopped taking it because I shaved my head, and I was like, you know what, this just isn't working. 6-7 months later, I still got, I was taking all kinds of different stuff from even dermatologists, and it wasn't working. And when I shaved my head, my wife and everybody's like, oh man, dude, thank God. I'm like, why didn't you tell me when I was growing my hair out? You never said anything to me. And then all of a sudden now, oh, thank God you shaved your head. So I'm just embraced it as far as my hair, letting it grow. Let's see here, going back to the chat here. Derma rollers, there are studies that show that derma rollers do work. And the reason why, the science behind it, is because it punctures, like it's micro punctures in your skin, and it's supposed to create collagen that rushes to those injuries that you're basically biohacking your body, where it thinks that you're having a wound, it'll send blood flow to it and collagen, which can boost hair growth. So, if you have the follicles there, you can definitely grow it for sure. If you don't have the follicles there, it doesn't matter what you do, you're never going to grow anything there on your beard or your face or your head, okay? So, Philip, you live in Tennessee. A beard is a must to keep you warm. Right on, right on. What kind of beard care are you using? I'm just curious, Philip. I think this is probably your first time on this channel. Maybe if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I just don't recognize your name, but is it true that peppermint oil stimulates the hair follicles? I heard some people say it's good for your beard. That's exactly right. Rosemary oil, peppermint oil, those are some essential oils that do help promote blood flow, which can increase hair production as far as hair growth, So yes, that's a fact. A lot of these beard growth formulas, I get a little leery when I hear beard growth, beard boost and stuff, things that are going to supernaturally help you grow a beard. It's not true, but good healthy ingredients can definitely help when it comes to some type of essential oils that do help with blood flow. And blood flow, anytime there's blood flow on your face or head, it can definitely help increase hair growth. Okay, let's see here. Facts. Crazy, my beard didn't start growing until mid-40s. So true. That's a fact. Is it true that derma rollers make your skin rough in the long term and lead you to getting wrinkles faster? Yeah, I got the follicles throughout. Just don't have. Okay, so I have not heard that it hardens your skin or brings wrinkles. In fact, I've actually heard and have studied the fact that micro needles or derma rollers, they actually help reduce like scarring and stuff. So they're actually good. Anything that is going to produce collagen in your skin is going to keep from wrinkles. They're going to keep from scarring. They're going to boost your skin health. So I would say that that's not true, in my opinion, from what I've seen. All right, castor oil and coconut oil. Okay, here's the thing about castor oil. One of my favorite oils. I talk about it all the time on this channel. Castor oil is going to be a thicker blend or a thicker oil. It's going to be more for people that have like a lower porosity when it comes to their beard, and higher porosity would be more of a thinner oil. The reason I say porosity is because, basically what that is, if you don't know that, what it means is when your beard, how it absorbs, okay? How it absorbs water, how it absorbs oils, that type of stuff. And if you have a higher porosity, that means that it's going to absorb really fast, which means that you would probably want to use like a thinner carrier oil, okay? Something that's not like castor oil, something that's going to be a thinner, it's faster, it absorbs faster. But a carrier, if you have lower porosity, I can't talk, you want to use something that is possibly a slower, absorbing oil, which would be like castor. Castor oil is not going to necessarily boost your beard, but it will definitely help support it. It's really good for people that have white beards too. It's just really, really nice. An oil that's thicker. For me, it makes my beard look thicker, feel thicker. It makes my beard lay flatter, not flatter, but lay better as far as the gravitational pull off of it. Just, it doesn't make it heavy, but it just makes it, style, if you will, easier. Coconut oil will not necessarily at all make your beard grow faster. I mean, it's a good oil. A lot of people, it's kind of a little bit higher up there in the comedogenic scale when it comes to skin irritants. A lot of people struggle with coconut oil. They do not want it on their skin, because if they do, a lot of times they get like a ingrown hairs, or they'll get like acne under the beard, and it hurts. I mean, when you get those ingrown hairs under your beard, it hurts so bad, and it's annoying. It just drives the crap out of you. But I would say that coconut oil is one of those types of oils that some people like it, some people hate it. So don't really hear any problems with castor oil with causing like skin irritants or anything like that, but it's more, what do you want? And most guys, I recommend that they use a thin viscosity oil, like a thinner blend that has no castor, and then on the flip side, one that does have castor, and just kind of rotate back and forth. Okay. What's a good beard hydration cream? The beard butter doesn't seem to do a good job. So one thing that I've discovered recently is there are some hydration mists. Well, there's one that I've just recently gotten, and it's from Classic Grooming. It's the moisturizing, what do they call it? The moisturizing mist, I guess you'd call it. You spray in your beard, it makes it very moisture. God, I can't talk. My wife got in the car, and so it's just distracting me. It makes it feel really moisturized, and it feels soft throughout the day. So I can leave you a link below later to Classic Grooming. I may have something to save you some money, but as far as that goes, moisturizer cream, I don't really, I kind of advise people to stay away from moisturizer creams for your beards. And the reason why is because a lot of it has water in it, and you don't want any type of water in your products unless it's a water-based product like shampoo. And when I say shampoo, I'm not talking about regular shampoo for your head. You have to use a beard wash that has pH levels that are balanced. So a good beard wash, good conditioner, those would be things that I would be okay with water in it. But anything that has aqua in it as an ingredient, when it comes to like beard oil, which beard oil should never have any water in it, or like beard butter or beard balm, anything like that that has water in it, that's creamy consistency like that, usually white, I would run from it. Okay. So you said the derma roller didn't ruin your skin, right? I might look into it. Yes. No, it should not ruin your skin at all. In fact, if you look on my channel, you can look up derma roller. I have a video going over a company that is giving away, even today, they're giving away free $35, $40 microneedles. And I know that seems expensive compared to the other ones, but they are basically okay, I see. So basically they are oh, what are they, medically, what do you call that word? They're basically, they have medical grade steel, I guess what I'm trying to say. A lot of them have some steel that they use. It's not good for your skin, but this one is good. It's got tons of them, and they're giving them away for free. You just pay for the shipping. But if you look on my channel, you can find it. I think I did it a year ago, and so I think it's from a company called Hair Guard, if I remember correctly. But I still use that microneedle all the time, right in here, like once a week when I'm taking a shower. So let's see here. And how much improvement did you notice with the, so what happened is you'll use the microneedle or derma roller, and after a while you'll start seeing like a vellus hair, which is like a really like peach fuzz hair, and it'll eventually turn into a terminal hair, which is like a more thicker hair like this, and it'll start growing. So that's kind of how it works, but it does take a little time for that to happen. You just be consistent with it. Okay. 2 times a week would be decent. Yeah. I wouldn't overdo it for sure. So, but guys, listen, I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking this out. Again, this was about head shaving and turning into beard care as always, but and it's all right. I talk about both of them. So if you found good content here, guys, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to be a part of this men's grooming headquarter station here, channel, if you will, we talk about heads, we talk about beards, we talk about clothing, fragrances, all that stuff, and life in general. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more like this. And if you want to become a member and kind of have more of these, you know, dialogues like we done today. I normally don't do this back and forth like this on this live stream like I did, but I do this for my members all the time, usually once, 2, 3 times a week. Make sure you become a member of this channel. Very, very little price, but it does support the channel. But again, you know, you kind of get me behind the scenes. So appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.